still not getting any viewers coming in because we're just now, there it is, we're just now publishing. Perfect. Always on a little delay, right?
We're just now, there it is, we're just now. I got muted. There we go. All right. Well, cool. We're here.
We're here. It's the day of the Moloch. I don't know about you, Eric. I've been looking outside. So far, so good. Looks like...
Beautiful blue sky.
Yeah, so far Michał, or Michael Oracz and Ignacy Trzewiczek do not have clairvoyant powers that they don't know of. So we're okay.
Well, you know, there's a lot of ways here on the earth that we could die in a day. There's a million ways. I was thinking about it. You know, and here in America, we got things like... you got that giant super volcano there. People visit it all the time. That what is it, Yellowstone? That's a super volcano. It just at any time it could explode, and pretty much everybody in the United States would be dead.
That's true.
I mean, it would be terrible. And we're speeding through space, going at some incredible speeds, and there's like rocks and things, and nobody's really steering the thing, right? So, I mean, what are we doing?
Yeah, that's true. But today's not the day of Yellowstone supervolcanoes. Today's the day of Moloch. So we don't have to be afraid of that. We'll try to... We're not going to... It's not a positive day in the lore of Neuroshima, but nonetheless, looks like we're safe. Although I don't remember the hour. It might have been like 5 p.m. in America Eastern time. So we still have a couple hours to go. Guys... thanks for joining us. So I'm perusing the chat, seeing here. I do know that the cap is coming in through the speakers. It's not ideal, but I could not find a way to fix it. So the captain will speak a little louder, and you guys will just have to listen really carefully.
Testing.
Some people, Ben is saying the Moloch are planning the Yellowstone volcano and asteroids. It's all part of their plan. So, hi everybody again. I know that some of you may be watching us continuing on from the Polish streams. Those are just not enough for you, so you're now watching the U.S. side. Those of you who are joining us fresh on the U.S. side, welcome. September 5th, Neuroshima Hex. The day of Moloch, the day that the Moloch, the AI starts World War III, except now we're not fighting against other nations. We are fighting for the survival of the nations. Captain actually is much better with the lore of Neuroshima Hex. If those of you who have watched his videos have heard the kind of, what do you describe, how are they? They're the snippets of the lore that you do before some of your gameplays, right?
The way that I kind of came about this is because I thought, well, if we're going to do an adventure, say, with Mississippi or something like that, that in the role-playing world, what you would do as a game master or whatever is that you would write some little intro to kind of get the play started, to kind of say, okay, here you are, now what are you going to do? And so I used my GM skills to write some introductions for those different factions as we went into this. So little short stories, little intro short stories into the different factions.
And they're fantastic. I loved your Mississippi one. That one was so good. You've got a great reading voice. I would buy an audiobook with you reading it. So,
I don't know about all that. I think I'd hire Harry, so I think he'd do it better.
Yeah, maybe so. So again, welcome everybody. So this is the launch of the event. We've got some interesting stuff lined up for you. We'll kind of go over that. If you see me bobbing and weaving, it's because I've got this mic positioned perfectly in front of my screen. So I'm looking at the chat. Eric is looking at... Are you looking at the chat, Eric?
I can see the chat.
You can see it.
Yeah, I see Dutch Yoda's here.
Hey, there's Dutch.
It's an official portal event right now.
There it is. Łukasz Praca, Piotr Woś. We've got so many people still joining us from Poland. Man, you guys just did not get enough Neuroshima Hex, did you? So thank you for joining us. So for the U.S. audience, we're going to, in this event, discuss a little bit about the announcements, the things that are just announced just now for you guys. And I'll show you some snippets and things like that. Hello, Jakub. So I guess the very first thing we've got to do, and Eric, I don't know where you're watching, but I don't know if you've seen this video even. The first thing we're announcing is the special 2020 anniversary edition of Neuroshima Hex. It is basically Neuroshima Hex, the year of Moloch. So it is, well, how about I just show you guys? So.
All right.
And hopefully the sound comes through. Portal presents. Let me guys know if you're hearing the lovely sound coming in. Neuroshima Hex fans to be excited about. There it is. There it is. Oh, and it's loading. Hold on. There it is. So that's the year of Moloch. Lots of really good stuff there. Those of you that couldn't wait and you watched on the Polish stream, you already knew a little bit about that coming in. So, Eric, your screen moved around a little bit. Moloch is already trying to interfere with the announcement. I'm going to change this around a little bit. That's right. Perfect. So, a lot of stuff going on here. Did you know about this, Eric? Did you see all this stuff coming up?
Okay, so here's the thing. I kind of knew something was up, and I had heard little whispers here and there of different things. Like I heard box, I heard art, and I heard some kind of big plastic thing, right? And I didn't ask questions because I wanted to get it right here. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you right now, this is what I wanted. Mm-hmm. This is some good stuff. Yeah. I needed a new box. Man, look at they got I don't have to have like a million of these papers anymore. Look at
I mean, get rid of these. you still need to keep them. You got to keep them. But yeah, oh man.
It's going to be great. And what's this thing about double-sided? What was it saying about them being double-sided?
Yeah.
New artwork? What's up with
let me enlighten you all about this. Let me move this box over a little bit so you can actually see some. There it is. All right. So what we've got here is we've got this big box, and this is a big box, right? So stack two standard boxes on top of each other, add a few centimeters, and I think that's the size of that's how like tall it is, right? Well, it's big. So room for 19 armies. We only have 14 officially released, so 19. That's we're planning ahead. You've got the FAQ, you've got Moloch Origins campaign, the beginning. You've got the art book. You've got this awesome 5.5-inch tall Borgo bust miniature, which is you're gonna have that on your desk and you're gonna scare everyone that comes by. These reference charts, so they're, Eric, you're familiar with Alien Artifacts. Those of you who are, you'll know that Alien Artifacts has these character faction sheets, which are awesome spot UV, really nice thick materials. So that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about spot UV, really high quality, kind of like the Monolith Arena ones as well, right? Plastic bits, unique artwork for all the 4 starting base factions. So that's not the artwork from the unique Borgo army that you can find on some of our promo locations. This is completely unique artwork for this box. Double-sided board. It's just so much stuff, right? And this is
it's new starting army.
Yeah, you see right here, like all 4 of these. This is completely new tiling. So besides that, this is a limited.
Double layered playboard too.
Mm-hmm.
Double layered.
Yep. This is a limited print run, so this is only going to be available from the Poli Game Store, and I think where the plan is to only print 2,020 of them. So I don't know if that's just for total US or that's just total worldwide, but it is going to be a limited run event. So that's what that is. It's exciting stuff, right?
I'm excited.
I'm excited. All right, let's see now what else I can talk about. There was some stuff that was released for the portal, for the Poland audience, that was unfortunately is not going to be released for us. And Eric, this will make you sad, of course, but we're talking about they're getting a new edition of the Neuroshima Hex RPG. They're getting an anthology. They're getting a new Game Master screen, but we don't have Neuroshima Hex quite at that level in the States. We don't have the RPG. I know Eric's been clamoring for a translation, but it's not there yet. But
I'm making my own.
there you go, fan lore. But if you guys are, if you guys just keep supporting the line, maybe if Neuroshima Hex gets bigger and bigger in the U.S., we'll have just cause to print something like that. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe I'll tell you what. Maybe if I start running some RPGs with my translations, see, we could do that as stream. That would be fun.
Maybe.
That'd be some good stuff.
It's time to start learning Polish, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna jump over here.
He's good.
Let's see. Perfect. There it is. All right. So here we are. PortalGamesUS.com. Everybody is already familiar with this site. This is we got the banner here. You can click this, get right to the pre-order, get some information on that. And what else am I showing you here? Oh, I wanted to show you guys that also today is, where are we at? Where is it? Oh my goodness. I don't even know how to navigate my own website. Troglodytes. Troglodytes are out today. Today is the release day for Troglodytes. They already have been shipping for pre-order. Eric knows this faction. Eric loves this faction. Eric mostly loves the word that satiety.
I love satiety.
You love satiety.
Satiety tokens are my favorite thing.
So Troglodytes are out today. You can ravage your opponents in cannibalistic ways. Or your allies in cannibalistic ways. And
yeah, this is a really unique faction. Basically, what it breaks down to is you have essentially only units. So in most places, you'll have modules, which are the add-ons to the units. You'll have different actions that you can take, maybe pushes and things like that. You might have some special events. And you got your HQ. In this one, it's almost all units. You've got 2 special events. Kind of their equivalent of the bomb is called an avalanche, and it takes out one side of the board. And then you have one where you get to eat your opponent. And when you eat your opponent, it upgrades you. And one of the cool things about this whole faction is this idea of as you consume either your own guys or other people, it makes you better, and that's where the modules come in. So instead of having modules, you have our new $5 word, satiety tokens. And with the satiety tokens, you get some movement, you get extra attack, you can really build some meaty attacks to take their HQ down. So it's pretty good. It's one though that right now I'm currently trying to learn. It's trickier than you think it's going to be. And I was like looking at it. Yeah, there's 7 battles, 3 moves, an avalanche, and a cannibalize. Mm-hmm. Everything else is units that are going to kill somebody. Yeah, there's 35 tiles, and basically 12 of those 35 are the battle, move, avalanche, and cannibalize, and everything else besides those 12 are things set to kill the other players. So,
you'll be playing this today with David in like 2 hours, 3 hours?
Yeah. We're going to be working on. I want to work on trying to figure out exactly how to make those troglodytes work optimally.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a couple of theories and whatnot. I guess I'll save that for my stream, but we've got a few ideas that we want to work with and see if we can make that work out.
Mm-hmm.
And it is going to be our standard thing, which is troglodytes versus Moloch. So far, I have not been able to win. I'm sorry. The troglodytes have not won against Moloch. They've come really close to winning.
Mm-hmm.
One time where I escaped, I barely escaped getting killed by the troglodytes the first time, and I think there were some unfortunate draws with her, and I think that there's new ideas. I think are just gonna. It's just a different. Every time you get a new faction with this game, it's. You don't know. You start playing, you go, wait, this isn't working.
Mm-hmm.
And believe me, I know that it's balanced, and I know it's going to kick butt.
Oh, yeah.
We just got to figure out how to decode it, right?
Mm-hmm, so. Absolutely. And the audio, see, Don was asking if the audio is off because Moloch is coming after you. So Captain over here is the one who has the...
I can talk really close to the microphone.
I don't think it's your mic. I think, again, sorry guys, my system rebooted and everything right before we went live, and Captain's audio is coming in through my mic, so sorry about that. But really, I think what's happening is this was caused by Moloch because Captain is the one who has the most experience in battling Moloch, so they want to make it as difficult as possible for us to hear him.
That's right.
That's
but
it.
Moloch knows that I hate him.
Mm-hmm.
So.
That's it. We have some comment here about the Neuroshima Hex app. I understand that app is quite a frustration on a lot of players. The application for the Neuroshima Hex app is not actually a Portal Games digital product. That is a product created by another company. So Portal Games Digital is actually creating this application from scratch, just all of that. And that's another topic because that is something that is coming out next year. That's the planned release, I believe, is Q2 to finish the new application, a all new Neuroshima Hex app with all the armies and just it's the works. But that brings up another topic, which is another new release, and I don't have an asset for it pulled up, but Neuroshima Convoy. Neuroshima Convoy is out today on the iOS App Store and the Google Play Store, so you can go on there and play the two-player Convoy, the two-player card game Convoy. Did you check that one out yet, Eric?
Yep. I've played Convoy multiple times, just the regular game. It's a great two-player game. And then I got to play with the app, and it is so smooth. Mm-hmm. The graphics are really nice. There's a couple of things that you have to realize this idea of attaching things. It's just how the app works.
Mm-hmm.
So you say, yeah, I want to do this with that, and it's like then you have to attach it, and then you make an action happen. But I mean, it's like anything else. You got to figure out kind of like what makes the thing tick.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, man, the graphics are fantastic. Everything about it was perfect, and and I think it takes the game. Like if you were to sit down with the actual game and try to play that game, you'd have to try to figure out exactly what you're talking about, what you need to do next, and all that kind of stuff. And I believe that with this app, boom, you get it. There it is, right there.
There it is, the app right there. Absolutely, yeah. I haven't actually played this, but now that it's on the app, I mean, it's obviously going to be getting lots and lots of plays. But
right, and that's what I think is going to happen. The game is really good. It's small. It seems fairly easy, but some people look at it and go, I don't know if I really want to tackle it. But if you've played it on the app, why wouldn't you sit down with somebody with that out and play it for a few minutes? It's
absolutely
good. Waiting for the rest of the game group to come, that kind of thing. It's a great deep strategy game.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, cool. And we do have an event coming up for that tonight as well. So let me actually hop over to the list, to the schedule there. Let's pop over to Chrome Capture. Look at that. OBS. I'm learning.
I'm blaming all my audio problems on Luke right now.
It's true.
I think you guys were telling me that my audio stinks, but that's all Luke's fault.
Captain's audio is perfect. I mean, him and both he and Paul, if you guys have been watching us on Twitch, if you haven't, jump on our Twitch, follow us there. We're definitely growing. What are we up to on there as far as followers? I think we're I don't even know. It's been a while since I've checked, but we're growing for sure. So,
I mean, we've gotten hundreds of people on there. The streams are doing much better than before. We're also getting video watches and stuff like that. So, I mean, I think we've got really great content.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of people catching on to it.
Mm-hmm. And if you guys stick around in 30 minutes, you'll hear Captain doing an event with the one and only Z Garcia. So.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, so you'll hear his audio. It'll be perfect because I won't be involved. But this is my fault because him and Paul, they've got so much experience. Their levels of production is up here, and I'm just right down here now. So, but if you look over to up that side, right there, that side, we have the schedule for the day of Moloch. So here's what we have going on for you guys today. At 3 p.m. is currently, right now, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. We've got the opening of the event. 4 p.m. Top 10 ways to kill Moloch. How to kill Moloch. They're gonna you and Z are gonna discuss your basically top 10 factions, right?
Yep.
So Moloch isn't allowed to be one of them because you're trying to kill Moloch. You can't really.
That's right, we're going to kill Moloch.
That's right.
There's some unique things that make it, like, it's not necessarily the ones that we want to play, it's the ones that we want to play against Moloch.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Just small distinction, but still.
Okay, perfect. I like it. Then at 5, we've got Hex for beginners gameplay. So Marty from Rolling Dice and Taking Names and me, we are going to go toe-to-toe, Moloch versus Outpost, and we're going to kind of discuss the game for those of you who are interested but maybe haven't played, or newcomers who just played once or twice in the past. So if you have friends who you want to get into this game, you can send them over the link to that video. We're going to just be kind of going over the basics of the game, and we'll see how that turns out. And at 6, like I said, we've got a Neuroshima Hex convoy play. So Paul is going to be playing the app, playing the game, showing you guys the app, all of that kind of information. I'm getting some tech advice from Komirovsky. Absolutely. I have a feeling I know how to kind of get to that. But again, Moloch attacked my computer right before we went live, and we didn't have time. I didn't have time to mess around with the settings, guys.
Luke tried to do stuff like that, but you know.
It's just Luke. What am I? Come on.
He tried to say that his computer was friendly. It wasn't going to have any Moloch problems.
That's true. Didn't work out that way. Managing the. I'm looking at the chat, but also at 7 p.m. we've got Troglodytes gameplay. Like we said, the captain is going to be playing with David from Portal Games US. And those of you who haven't chatted with David, go say hi to him. He's new on our team now. So now, as far as being here on the stateside official Portal employees, I'm not alone against the Horde. I've got a partner in arms now. So go ahead and say hi to him. Give him a warm welcome. So there we go. That's the schedule for today.
Hey, Jill wants to know about the card game. So, Jill, we are announcing the app is available online. You can pick it up on a lot of different platforms. But as far as the game itself, is it still in your catalog?
It's not. So this game, it is now hard to find, but there are some outlets that have lots of copies still left, I believe. It can be found, but it's not available for our website anymore. So this is now out of our active catalog. And that brings up the point. Speaking of active catalog, those of you who are thinking about going in deep on Neuroshima Hex and purchasing the armies, this is another part of the announcement, is we are moving to a 1-a-year release method, schedule, program. Basically, think Magic the Gathering or any living card game. You're going to have the base game available for Neuroshima Hex, and you're going to have 1 army pack available per year. And once it's out, it's out. No reprints, no more availability. Just like you can't really go and buy new, from the companies at least, new boosters after a series. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't play Magic. I tried to get into it. That barrier to entry was way too high for me. But we're doing the same thing. So we've got stock of the army packs, and some of them less, some of them more. But basically, take advantage of the bundles. We've got 2 of them on our page. But once those packs go out of stock, that's it. No more Steel Police. No more Dancer. No more Neo Jungle. So they will be gone. and you'll have the one you release. That's it. That's mean. But, it's Neuroshima Hex is going on a lot of years now. We have a lot of content. We need to kind of keep it organized. So that's it.
I think Captain's going to buy up all your stock, and I'm going to start my own store. I think I can make some extra money.
There you go. Sounds like a good idea. Let's see what I missed in the comment section maybe here. Someone from Australia needs help pre-ordering. I think that you have to reach out to the European store, portalgames.pl. Tell them you need help. I'm not quite sure what their European, what their Asia and Australia policies are. Me, you guys know, I'm just Portal Games US, just Portal Games North America. So we're handling the North American side with Canada, US, continental, non-continental US. So unfortunately, we can't be of help there, but I'm sure if you reach out to Portal, there will be some solution. Although I don't know what it may be. So
what Luke is trying to say is it's not his problem. What he's trying to say
it's not my fault. This is.
He could help you, but he doesn't know anything about it.
What this is feeling a little bit like. You remember that skit when with Obama and what was it, Jordan Peele, where he was his translator? What was that skit? He was like.
Are you Obama in this one?
Well, yeah, I think Jordan Peele, the comedian, was playing the role of his inner voice, and he was verbalizing the things he wasn't allowed to verbalize. So I'm feeling like this is a little bit of that. But, all right, so let's see. Quite language independent, absolutely. That's one of the beautiful things about Neuroshima Hex. Jakub's been playing Convoy with his son for many years. They have had many great fights, and he recommends it. Absolutely. And now that app will make it so much more accessible for everyone, especially given the current times we are in. And people are now talking about the Robinson Crusoe treasure box pre-order. Ruby, this is the day of Moloch. We're not letting Robinson Crusoe take this from us. But yes, the treasure chest is on pre-order.
Crusoe, he doesn't have to deal with Moloch too much. He doesn't have
just cannibals.
technology on that island.
Yep. 1 new army per year, so no, it is 1 new army per year. And don't quote me on that, because hey, I'm not involved with the production. It's a lot of work, but that is the plan. Just they're going to release the new army per year. I need to have you on all of my business calls, Eric. Caro, thanks for joining us. Good to hear from you. Good to talk to you. Tell Ignacy that you guys want me to pop up on the Polish streams, and I'll practice my Polish a little bit. So, cool. Do widzenia. So, I have one more announcement to show you guys. Let us hop over to... There it is. Boom. Did you know about this? You knew about this, Eric.
I don't know. What is
It's 51st State Moloch expansion.
I do it.
51st State Moloch expansion. So, 51st State Moloch expansion will be coming out next year. Joe has a question about not reprinting the old armies. Joe, we still have the old armies. They're all in stock. And we have sufficient stock on those, I think, in my mind. So, yeah, go ahead, stock up on the armies. But, yeah, once those sold out, we are not reprinting them anymore. That's it. But not to drive attention away from 51st State Moloch, so the RPG fans in Poland, they get the RPG, and then the 51st State fans also get Moloch. Neuroshima Hex fans get the Year of Moloch. Lot of stuff coming out for everybody. So let me go over to another pack, to the back of this pack. Basically, from what I know, this game makes it so that Moloch doesn't care about sides. I think this is one of those situations where players will have to make a decision. Do they want to distract themselves from their agenda, maybe, to go focus on Moloch, because that is going to affect both players negatively, but maybe it's going to have slightly harsher effects on them. So it's a little bit of that kind of like the element that is just circling overhead constantly, and sometimes you have to pull yourself away from your victory points and your conditions to win and your focus and your strategy and your plan, and instead go deal with this, right? So that's super exciting. It's we started playing some 51st State. I think on our Twitch backlog, you'll guys see that there was a 51st State play. Paul and David.
They get one stream this week, 51st State.
Mm-hmm.
And they started out saying that they were going to play a pacifist.
They're pacifists.
Yeah, they weren't going to attack one another. And so I said the first person who attacks the other one's going to be the winner. Mm-hmm. And David attacked first.
Well, of course. There's a story to that. Do you know the background story to that?
No, what is it?
So David and Paul, they're brothers. They play a lot of games together. They're both very pacifistic players. But when David and I got together for a convention that we were doing, Gamma Trade Show, for those of you that know about it, we were sitting around playing some new expansions for Empires of the North, getting a feel for it. And basically, during that game, I swayed him to the dark side and explained to him that you just have to raise. If you respect your opponent, you got to give it your all, because they sure as heck are going to give it their all. And it's just, you got to do it. Because there was one situation where there was one thing he could have done, one simple raise, and because he didn't do it, that generated a 21-point swing for me. So I made sure to let him know that, oh yeah, it hurts when you don't raise. So and then I noticed that when they play together, Paul and David is being a little bit more aggressive, and every time I have a feeling Paul's just cursing me in the back of his head a little bit. So.
Even in I know 51st State is much more aggressive, and you're fighting for resources.
It's built into the mechanisms, like it is.
It's a good mechanism. But even in the Imperial Settlers, the reason that you have the ability to do that, or even Empires of the North, one of the reasons that you have the ability to go attack the other guy is because they're building a tableau, and if that tableau kind of gets away from them, you want to be able to shut it down some way. It's a way to mitigate, and you have to do that when you have to do it.
Absolutely.
You don't always have to be a jerk.
Yep.
I mean, except if your name is Luke, then you pretty much have to be a fuck.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Right. He doesn't play to win, he plays for you to lose.
There you go. So let's see what do we have here in the chat throwing up. There's some nice markers in the Neuroshima Xbox, absolutely. I don't know if the new armies are going to get those, but you are going to have a lot of those markers in there. Bahasa is talking about, he's saying, guys, there's only space for 19 factions. What about the future factions? So he's thinking ahead, but I've got to say, at 14, that means that there's going to be, that's 5 years from now. So you're really looking far ahead. Further ahead than I am thinking. So I'm not sure. We'll see where we're at in 5 years. But
what his math is saying, because right now we are at 19.
What do you mean we're at 19? I thought we're at 14.
We have 19 total factions.
19 factions as in, how do I not know this? How do I think that there's only 14? There's only 14 officially released as far as the U.S. factions.
Well, I don't know. I got Vegas, Iron Gang, Sandrunner, Irinopolis, Smart, Dancer, Doomsday Machine. That's an odd one out. Neo Jungle, Sharash, Mephisto, Death Threat.
I got them all too. Hold on.
Mississippi, Steel Police, and Troglodytes. And then there's the 4 originals, and I think that makes 19.
All right.
He's not gonna believe me.
Well, all right. Here's my logic of the math. Let me get all this stuff out of here. Where is it? There it is. All right. Sandrunners released last year. Sandrunners has a number 13 on it. Troglodytes is number 14. That's where I'm going. So I think, they're talking about the 4 in the base. There it is. Okay, well, it's a good thing I don't run numbers for the company or anything like that, right?
And Doomsday Machine makes the 19.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm just focusing on the 14 expansions then. That's where that is coming from. So for future, so then that future is not that far ahead that we're discussing. So I don't really know what the situation is there. I think this is the collection as it stands now, just that the perfect way of having everything that's current. And if more stuff comes, I'm sure there will be room in the box. It might just not have a pretty space for it as far as in the insert. So
yeah, I don't know what the insert is.
all the Neuroshima Hex fans are now yelling at me. I'm sorry, guys. There you go. And someone said that in the Polish stream. I think my wording though, you can rewind. This is on video. I did say we're at 14 expansion factions, right? So I'm defending myself. Yeah.
You can read a number on a box. You just can't add.
That's true. Math has always been my weak point. I'll say this though. When I came over to Poland in middle elementary school years, when I came to the U.S. When I came to the U.S., I think I was in 3rd grade. I was on a 6th grade math level. By the time I got to 6th grade, I was on a 5th grade math level. So, hey, maybe I should throw my blame at the U.S. math education system. I don't know.
I don't know.
Math in Poland is there. All the Polish mathematicians here in the chat, I'm telling you. What else? Eric is wearing an awesome shirt. I don't know. Can you stand up and can people see that a little bit better? Do you know what that is, Eric? I think. I don't know what that is. Yeah, but where's that HQ positioned on the shirt? It's right over the heart. Right over the heart.
Oh, I got you.
That's the HQ.
Moloch is not close to my heart.
There are lots of teachers here. I'm not blaming the teachers. You guys, I'm not going to get into politics or everything going on. Thank you. Thank you for everything you're doing. And that's all I'm going to say to it. A lot of support for you guys. What I meant to say. Yeah, one of our big volunteers that is involved with us, Don. I believe Don is a math teacher as well, right? So he was schooling us on math when we were playing the Wits and Wagers event. Way back during PortalCon, for those of you who have watched as well. So, as far as the announcements, I think that's everything. We've discussed everything there is to talk about regarding.
Well, so the box looks incredible. Number one, I mean the box, just the look of the box is cool. It's gonna look nice on the shelf. And you bring that out, and people are going to go like, what the heck is this? I think it's a good looking box cover.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited about that. I'm excited about the idea that we're going to have the plastic bits. We got some new artwork for the guys. I'm interested in these books. I don't know. We got an art book, and what was the other book that was there?
It's the campaign book.
Campaign.
Mm-hmm.
The campaign. Do you know anything about the campaign? What's up with that?
I don't. You are my default Neuroshima Hex expert, so.
I didn't dig in on purpose because I wanted you to lay it down to me, and I wanted to be excited about it. I am excited now. I got to go find out more about it. Okay.
It's a campaign for 2 players. It might be based, as far as I know, it might be based around the puzzle mechanics, maybe with somehow maybe you're going through and there's certain things, situations, and scenarios you're setting up on the board. Maybe that's the way it is, but yeah.
If you guys don't know about the puzzle thing, there's a pack of cards that comes with it. There's also a Steel Police, no, not Steel Police, Iron Gang. There's an Iron Gang expansion deck of puzzles.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got 2 different decks of puzzles, basically, that allows you to put one puzzle down, you kind of set it up on your board, and figure out how to defeat Moloch with just like 3 moves or something like that. And solutions are on the back, and they get harder as they go, and it's a lot of fun. It's neat, and it really helps you to build some strategy with it. It's something that you can do with a physical game. Rather than, and if you're good at visualizing, you might be able to do it in your head and not actually put it on the board. But I like kind of sitting it out on the board and doing that and thinking about it that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
that might
like the physical aspects of So,
Yeah.
So yeah, it could be something like that. But when it says campaign,
Yeah.
my imagination.
That's my bad. Then I didn't get the lowdown on that individual product. But there was a question about the pre-order bonus for Moloch. So typically, what we do in those situations, if you guys have noticed, with some of the smaller expansions, is we as of late we haven't been having a pre-order bonus, but we've been dropping the price down a little bit. So it's like a pre-order discount. So that's most likely what we'll do with Moloch as well. Joe, I'm not understanding the question. Just why a mini? Most people would answer that with just why not. Although I'm not one of those people, so I don't know. But the answer for why a mini, but it has been in demand for a long time. I mean, I think we're trying to compete with that giant Cthulhu. I feel weird calling it a mini. It's not a mini. Have you guys seen that thing? I've been seeing it on pictures on tables all over the place. So.
I've got a copy of them. I got mine.
There you go.
We dress them. We have clothes for them for the holidays. I've got a Santa outfit for Christmas.
I've been seeing that. I've been seeing people put clothes on it. I've been seeing people dress it up and always having it on the table. One of our employees at Portal Games HQ, she plays a lot of games with her families and she posts them on Facebook. And there's almost always Cthulhu and he's just on the table supervising, just hanging out with the family. So, yeah, I don't know. Like Cthulhu looks almost, you could say it's a cool, cute looking thing almost. I don't know about this Borgo guy. This guy looks aggressive. He looks scary. I don't know if he's going to be on too many tables during family time, but nonetheless.
Well, at least they ripped his arms off. You don't have to worry about him attacking in the middle of the night.
He looks like he's ready to bite, though.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Oh, as far as what would you use the mini for? The mini is not a component for the game, although that's one heck of a first player marker. I don't know, but it is basically the anniversary edition, so it is a unique exclusive item.
There to be cool, Joe.
It's just cool.
It's completely useless, but I like it. You see how he was? Hey, get up.
Yeah, it is a bonus for ordering the box, just like they're saying, because it is not going to be available outside of this pre-order. So it is basically there for everyone that's pre-ordering along with the art book. So that's the situation there. And the Chioda's already talking about painting it. Man, yeah. I know there's a lot of hardcore painters that are already looking at this getting excited. For me, this is just intimidating. I've done a little bit of mini painting. I painted all my talisman little minis too. That was my start of my painting minis. Do you get into that, Eric, at all?
I really stink at painting. I'll do washes. I'll do washes on things that, you get these plastic pieces and you've got a team and maybe they're all green, but like you can't see the details. And some of them really, you want to see the detail. So I'll put a wash on it. So
Okay.
You can kind of see that. I have I'll do a watered down, like darker color, and then I'll do a dry brush to bring out the highlights as well with a lighter color. And I just do that real quick, and it just makes, some red piece of plastic just have detail. It's still a red piece of plastic, but now you can see all the detail.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah, so that's pretty much us hanging out with you guys, opening of the event, making some announcements. Everything is live now on Portal Games.
I gotta address Willie's thing. Willie was asking about the new Neuroshima Hex app. We've already said, and I've said this a million times on my stream, but originally I think it was slated to try to come out before the end of the year, and of course no one believed that, especially Ignacy didn't believe that, and said no, I'd be surprised if it came out the first of next year. So I know that they're trying for the first of next year, but I'm already hearing second quarter, so yeah.
Okay. And again, it's going to be a complete rework, and it's going to be all inclusive as far as the army packs that have been released to date. So,
and we're going to be able to play one another. That's one of the big things, right?
Well, Convoy's got online play.
That's right.
So it's the first step,
and we're going to have that with this Neuroshima as well.
Yeah.
It was set to do that with the first app, and it never did happen. And so now we've got control of this app, and we're going to make it happen. So
Absolutely.
I'm excited.
Absolutely. Guys, thanks for joining me. Hang out. Captain is up next with Z Garcia. Funny thing, my wife's name is Zara. At conventions, sometimes there's been once or twice. I think it happened 2 times now. We were in a convention. I was calling her. It's like, hey Z, and then just somewhere like Z Garcia pops up. Like, what? So doesn't happen often, but yeah, always funny. But hang out. They're going to be chatting about the 10 best ways to kill Moloch, and then you guys can join me with Marty as we're going to go into the Neuroshima Hex for beginners right after that. So thank you guys for joining. Łukasz, hello to you, and goodbye to everyone else for just the next 10 minutes, and we're going to switch it over to the higher quality production value of the Captain Link studio. Anything can happen. Perfect, guys. Thanks for joining. I'm Luke, Portal Games US. Thanks to Eric for joining me on this opening event, and we will see you soon.
Adios.
Bye.